in this case, Putin, potentially coming to the White House. First of all, it's not announced as a state visit. This is not about honoring something, because right now the president has a large list of demands where he is demanding that Russia step up to the plate in Syria, in Iran, and North Korea, and be part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
Yeah. I mean, he's been to the White House before when he visited George W. Bush. Medvedev came to the White House in order to meet with President Obama. But now you have a lot of Democrats and, some in the intelligence community making a big deal out of the fact that he would be at the White House. I guess they're trying to shame and embarrass the president and say they don't trust him there with Vladimir Putin, or what's the message?
The problem is everyone seems to think that somebody doesn't deserve a meeting, and we deal with this all the time. Russia is a global power, although they only have an economy about the size of Italy. About the size of Italy, it doesn't make it very small. It has huge mineral wealth in vast portions of the world, and it has influence in key areas where American troops are dying every day, where Americans are spending and have spent literally trillions of dollars. So I don't think there's any question that any president of any party has an obligation to engage. Now, having said that, I don't want to back off from what I think are Congress's demands, which is we need to see some results from this engagement. We need to see Russia being an actor that keeps their promises, and there's quite a bit of time between now and the fall, and we'll be looking for it.
No, I mean, that's a really interesting, you kind of boiled it down to the problem that we keep having here when you say that everybody seems to think that various people don't deserve a meeting. And that's not the way that this president operates. It's not the way he operated in business. If you have somebody that you're in a tiff with, that you're trying to improve relations, or, you take the meeting and you work on it. And that's kind of been his approach. And maybe that's why he seems so kind of shocked at everybody else's response. I want to ask you about an important issue, though, that's going on in your state. Obamacare premiums are going to rise nearly 9% in 2019 in the state of California. We're still calling it Obamacare, but it's kind of the Republicans' baby now. I mean, you guys ran on repealing and replacing, and, the system is still broken. How do you deal with that from a messaging point of view, and how do you plan to fix it?
Well, first of all, you're exactly right. Because we have voted many, many times in the House to repeal it, but we didn't succeed. We didn't have the votes, combined House and Senate, to get it done. We find ourselves with a failed system. Now, I've been in Congress for almost 18 years, and I always want to have a perspective that health care was a problem. Health care was rising faster than our economy overall, meaning it was taking a bigger part of the American taxpayer's personal money and his tax dollars 18 years ago. So when we look at this problem, yes, Obamacare made it worse, but I think all Americans, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, we've got to get together and start addressing the cost drivers. The reason that the cost is going up 9% of the premiums is because the cost of the health care is going up 9%.
Wait, Congressman, if I can jump in before we run out of time, I don't want to be rude and stop you, but I want to ask you this question, because we were looking at the drug prices and the rise of those last week. And the president said, drug companies, you have to stop that. We drilled down on the fact that a 1 month supply of Lipitor is $1,400. The generic is $26, and that's what most people get. You know who's paying the $1,400 or $1,600? You, the government, Medicare.